We got saved, John and I got saved in the 80s, which was an interesting time to become a Christian. I mean, it's always a wonderful time to become a Christian, but some of the songs, teachings, the 80s was like, wow, this is
a little wacky.
It was. And in that season, there was a lot of prayers that were like, God, use me. God, use me to do this. God, use me, use me, use me. And so I was like, that's how you pray. I mean, if it's modeled, you're like, okay. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure he let me pray like that for a really long time. And then one day, I'm just having a moment of just in the presence of God, and I hear, have you ever been used by a friend? And I thought, yeah, I have. And he said, how did that make you feel? I felt betrayed. And he said, have you ever been used by a boyfriend? I was like, I thought you guys didn't remember those things. Like, this is like this. Why is this coming up? Why is this coming up? And I said, yes. And I said, I felt abandoned. And he said, I don't use people. He said, I use their circumstances in their life. He said, but I heal them. I anoint them.
That gives me chills.
I transform them. He said, Satan uses people. And he said, too many of my children want to be used by me, but they don't want to know me. And he said, who you are to me is far more important, Lisa, than anything you think you need to do for me. And he said, I want you to first and foremost be settled in the fact that you are mine. You are my daughter. And I feel like there's so many ministers right now that need to actually hear that. Wow. They're so busy doing things for God. He's like, can we just back up and you be with me?
Yeah. Right.
Can I just be your life source? This is not, I mean, and again, we can look at the scriptures and get scared. Lord, did I not prophesy in your name? I didn't know you. But the truth is, everything that you and I ever do should be from a motivation of not just love for others, but love for God and his love for us. It needs to be a response. And so I remember that radically began to shift how I looked at everything. Because I kind of felt like, okay, I loved you enough to give my son for you. Now I really don't like you. Could you please straighten yourself up? And then once you straighten yourself up and you've done enough for me, then I'm going to love you. Yeah. It was like a weird thing. Yeah. And so it was the beginning of a change for me. And
that's huge, Lisa.
Yeah.
Huge.
So and again, he will use circumstances, but and again, I know, like, people will be like, he used Pharaoh, but I'm just saying he's a relational father. Yeah. He's not just a ministry boss. He is a relational father.
Yeah.